Hey guys, Skinner DVT here, bringing you a replay between Huck and Idra on Shakura's Plateau, with Huck spawning in the bottom left position and Idra spawning from right position. Let's get this party started. Now these positionings I find quite interesting because it will allow for a more macro heavy game go, because they will both be able to take a primary, secondary and third expansion without conflicting on each other's territories or having to destroy the rocks between their bases. They will, as it were, be able to take half the map each. I apologise for the sound, it was muted on my computer. I have no idea if that will affect my microphone or not. If it does, I'm bringing you a replay between Huck and Idra. If it doesn't, happen to follow. Huck going forward, he's probe at 9, which is not my personal style, but each to their own. Idra laying down his overlord at 9, which is my personal style and I'll play the zone. Idra will probably go for 14 full 15 hatch or 14 full gas into some early rush, because they seem to be the predominant strategies among Zerg these days, because they allow for a more macro play, which is of course where the pros thrive. Huck probably going to lay down a 13 gateway, maybe, yep, 13 gateway, because the next weapon is going there, so 13, no, 14, wow, whoa, what's going, okay, he just wants to mine some noise, that's unconventional, odd. So laying down that gateway a bit later, just for those 5 action moves. Not sure why. Anyway, moving on. Idra going for 14 pool, 15 extractor, and now expansion, or... Yeah, I don't think Huck's gonna like that. He's probably predicting now expansion coming in the next minute or two, and is left a worker behind just to prevent that. Idra now working on his macro, trying to get enough workers and 100 gas for either speedling or lair, or both. Huck will be laying down the cybernetics for them another gateway, I suspect, because that is what the good bosses do at this point in time, because it allows you to not be too heavy into gateways and stuff like that. There goes the cyber core, and here comes the worker going for an expansion, and Huck's not going to have any of that. He's putting down a pylon just to prevent that from happening. In production we do see 4 Zerglings, which will prevent this pylon from actually doing a swap, because it will die. However, if Huck lays down another pylon, he will go right and cancel. Yes, cancel. He will try. Yes, there we go. This will delay the expansion for as long as possible. And Huck doing the right thing and just ignoring the pylon being building, because he knows this is the cancel. Or will it? I would almost be tempted not to cancel it just to delay that expansion, or more. We do see Huck laying down his third expansion and second gas. This will suggest to Idra that he will be going for either 4-gate, 2-gate Robo, or 2-gate Stargate, because those are the things with the amount of gas you can collect off one base. You can actually maintain off one base. Now Idra at the moment just seems to be pumping Zerglings and possibly roaches, because he hasn't gone up to that next gas. He's even taken 2 of the workers off and left 1 behind. Now we do see 4 workers, 4 Zerglings down here at Huck's natural. This could lead up to a push, but Huck doing the right thing has blocked up with a Zealot, and I think and as I recall, a Zealot in a choke like that can take out 7 Zerglings before dying, so not exactly healthy numbers, and a sentry coming out right now will allow him to block it off completely. Doing a main art a bit premature? Guess not. One word decided no, I'm going up there, and he's not going to have one of that. Recording already down there would have been a very long walk, however it does allow him to get those 4 extra lava rather quick. Laying down his second gas now. They're going down. It is, yeah, there. Pardon me. They're going down, and I suggest we will see Hagrid's probably, because he's not in good shape for you to... He's not in good enough gas shape to go straight in the meters because they require... There we go, roaches, so I think Idra's going to be staying on the ground for now. However, ground Zerg is quite weak against a Protoss who goes Robo/Colossus, so if Huck sees he's coming, that's what he'll do, because that's what you do against a Zerg going ground, because Hydras are so slow that Colossi just tear them to pieces, and Roaches, to be honest, just get melted by... Hold on, Stargate. We have one Void Ray. This could be very interesting, given that all that Huck has to do. Huck is the one with the Stargate and the Void. Given that Idra isn't seeing it coming, all he's going to have is two Queens. These two Queens, if grouped together and have a transfuse each, might be able to hold it off, but up until then, I don't like their chances, especially if these two Void Rays charge up on, say, this extractor first. Queens laying down creeps, so it's a good idea, but however, given that this is a good Zerg game, you will probably find that there will not be much energy on the Queens, which could actually lead to his downfall, given that these two Void Rays are coming in for the kill. A third one is being chrono boosted out, and we do see quite a force of Zealots and Sentries. It's quite interesting because there's no actual Stalkers in the mix, which is... Idra has just laid down his third as Huck laid down his natural. I wonder if he can move that. Yes, he does. He's been sending those openings up and down. So that was probably not by accident that he laid down his third, because you always want to remain one up on your opponent. These two Void Rays get in charge just as the Hydra stands about to go down. These two Void Rays get focused by the Queen and try to micro out of the way. Either go up and no, yes, one Queen down. This Void Ray has to pull back or it's going to die. And no, it's dead. So it's one Queen, it's not even one Queen. But in production we do see 8 Hydras with 2 Queens, 2 drones, 3 drones. That's quite a lot of gas production down, although it doesn't actually make that much difference, it just means less minerals. We do see one Hydra and a Queen popping at exactly the same time that could save each other. However, with these 6 Hydras, this harassment is null and void. They must run away and survive. Yes, Idra can see that. So, Huck does know about that expansion. He's trying to play a bit of Criff micro up here, but this overload is just going to say hello, no for that. However, this one Void Ray is on 12 HP basically, so there it goes. Now, with this force of Zealots, Sentry, these Hydras are going nowhere. The force field behind them, and bang, they're gone. However, these Roaches will make it quite effective. But if we see these Sentries up here blocking them off, this could get quite interesting. These Void Rays are dead, they are out of position. However, these Roaches are with force field placement, forcing the Hydras and the Roaches to that. Make it harder to cut them, as it were. However, both Void Rays and most of Huck's forces are depleted, and he is forced to get the hell out of there. These 2 cannons plus 2 pylons will make it virtually impossible for Idra at the moment to push up the ramp, especially given we have 3 sentries with enough energy to force field the hell out of that ramp. Idra now going for creeps straight across the map using overlords, always a good idea. These 2 bases are now quite well saturated. He's going for level 1 weapons, ranged weapons now, as is Huck. He's put an overlord over here to make sure that Idra doesn't get cocky with an expansion, while Idra is pushing him with a quite deadly force. Is this Phoenix real? Yes, it is. This Phoenix is going to try and go get a few overlord kills, just be quite annoying. And these Roaches are pushing up the front door. Very good force field. Those 4 Roaches are basically dead. These Stalkers up here will, after sniping this overlord, be able to pick off these guys at their leisure. This is another good position for Idra to be in. He's just having 3 shots taken out by these 6 Stalkers who have 1 kill between them, because he now they get off by a few 3 shots. on the army below them, migrating back and forth to ensure that they don't get spotted. Idra making a chain of overlords across the map so that his hydras aren't null and void, i.e. they can move fast. I still think they should be able to move faster, but that's just me. Idra is just now laying down his spire because he's in the know-how and knows that given this scouting information, he's going for Robo. He doesn't actually know it's there, but he assumes, and he assumes correctly. He assumes on the basis that it's intelligent and that he will lose if Huck goes Robo. This is part of the metagame, which is Colossi rape face. No. Yeah, but they do. So Colossi are just going to tear the majority of Idra's force to pieces, especially considering he knows he has at least one staggered up and can build air units. This means his force has to largely be of squishy hydralisks, and while they deal out DPS like nobody's business, they are squishy hydralisks, and I believe with non-upgraded Colossus it only takes 3 of them to one-shot a hydralisk, and if you upgrade them once or twice, I believe it only takes 2. So you can quite effectively start melting hydralisks. Roaches, however, are another deal because they require 6 or 7 shots, and with their armor they are quite beefy. However, this force is quite well ranged, and if a few immortals were to be chucked into the mix, that would not be healthy. However, at this point in time, Israel does have quite a large economic advantage over Huck, both players of which are about to mine out their main. Idra is running on similar minerals to Huck, but 2 more gas. This allows for more tech-heavy units, which gives Idra quite an advantage. He is now coming Corruptors, assuming that those Colossi are going to be there. They are, so that's alright. Huck is now laying down his expansion at the notable Clown Face expansion. Yay! No, bad. Now, Idra amassing quite a massive force. If we look at the army tab, we can see his force is at 193, while Huck's is at 140. If he pushes now in a time attack, which he is, he may have enough forces to press the advantage. However, I don't know if he sees, yes, he sees these rocks going down, he knows he has to transfer pulling his forces back. Those Corruptors will be put to good use with those Colossi there. Those Colossi are going to be the most terrifying thing about this force. He's trying to lay down force expansion at this time. That's not going to go very well with the force. Yeah, if he's caught in this choke, this could be a very bad thing. However, Huck is running away. These Corruptors are leading the charge, which, given that there's only not an amazingly large amount of stalkers, these Corruptors will last a fair amount of time because they do have 200 multiple and 2 armor. Idra is just looking like he's going to sit here and wait to see what happens. This is, ooh, he's going to regret the spire.